All set? All right, it's my pleasure to welcome Jerry Kelly here into the interview room. Jerry, a two-time U.S. Senior Open runner-up and playing in your fourth Senior Open this year. Runner-up the last two that were contested, 2018 and 2019. What about your game has translated well to this U.S. Open, this U.S. Senior Open type setup?
Fairways, no question. I mean, that's my game. I hit the ball straight. I'm able to hit more drivers than a lot of long hitters are able to hit, whether it be a dog leg or, just I'm going to hit driver anytime unless the fairway runs out at my distance. Tightness is really not going to make me back off of it, and that's an asset that I've had over my career. That I feel like that's the straightest club in my bag. So if I'm worried about hitting a fairway, I don't necessarily ever go back to a 3-wood to hit it straighter because driver is my straightest club. So that's a good thing to have in the arsenal when you've got a course like this that is pretty long for us at a par 70. It's solid.
Coming off a win and a runner-up finish in your last couple of starts, what about the game is feeling good going into this week?
I'd just say all around, I'm doing all of it pretty well. I just had a good tune-up with my swing coach, Jim Schumann, and there are definitely some things. I was having some shots come out that I'm not used to seeing. My club path was a little strange, and we've always been working, and we always will work on making things better. And I kind of got to the point where I overdid some of the good things and got a little worse, but it made for very consistent misses, and I was getting the ball to the right section of greens, to the right section of fairways. So I'm looking forward to being able to kind of let it go a little bit more this week. Whether that translates to better play, it will sooner or later, but I'd like to have it happen right away. But it's always a progression. It's always kind of a get through your valleys and try to ride the high points. But the game was really good. The ball striking hasn't been my best.
Questions for Jerry?
Hey, Jerry. Good to see you.
You too.
Andy Kendi, KETV here in Omaha.
Nice to see
formerly of WKOW in Madison,
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
that's where we know
Nice
it
to
from.
see you.
Awesome.
Have you been to Omaha before? And what do you think of this course setup, the way it plays like today?
Whoa. I don't know where I played the Nike Tour event. It started with a W. I mean, do you know where the Nike Tour was played? Champions. Okay, so that was mid-90s, 93, 94, 95 area, like that. So it was a regular stop for me. Always enjoyed it. Those were some low scores shot at that golf course. That's not going to happen here. This is a fantastic golf course. I heard Barry Maxwell, and I knew it was a good golf course, but I wasn't prepared for what I saw today. It was, it's a championship golf course. It is really quality, and it might have got me a little scared. Come in and play a nice Midwest Barry Maxwell course, and that thing will hit you in the teeth right there. It's solid.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you, when you have time to just think about your game, do you think more about the coming up just short in the U.S. Senior Open, or would you think more about maybe a victory at the AmFam a couple weeks ago? When you think about where you're at right now,
I tend to always kind of think about what I don't do, what I didn't get done, much more than I've never had the luxury of like relaxing in my career. Hey, I won the AmFam again. Great, but then you get to Firestone and don't hit it my best, and Steve putts like Steve, and next thing you know, I'm in second, happy, but I'm always trying to get to that spot that I've never really gotten to, and I know I'll never get there, but it's kind of that chip, it's that extra motivation. I've learned to use it with a smile on my face rather than with anger like I used to, but it still burns what I want to accomplish, not what I have.
Jerry, I saw recently on Twitter you took your first golf trip with your son.
Yeah.
Where did you go, and what was it like to share a few days with him on the course?
I mean, it was so overdue. We've done some baseball trips, but that was our first kind of like, hey, let's vacation together. Let's go somewhere just with the boys, and it was fantastic. I had such a great time with them, and we went to Shinnecock and Maidstone, and to see Shinny without any grandstands on that golf course for the first time, that was incredible. It was beautiful. I absolutely loved it. But I tell you, I got to give my props to Maidstone because that is my new favorite course possibly on the planet. I really enjoyed playing there. I really enjoyed the ambiance, the club, right on the water, those beach cabanas down there with the pool. I mean, I just thought it was awesome. And the course, I guess I didn't even know that Core Crenshaw came in and redid it, I guess, and reclaimed a bunch of the dunes. And I mean, I don't have a whole lot of pictures of golf courses in my phone, but I've got pictures of that one. And, pictures with my son in those at the right points, I'll remember that memory forever.
Cool. Any other questions for Jerry? Brian?
Yeah. Rocco Mediate talked about prepping for this by playing Hazeltine. And I was just wondering, obviously you just played Firestone and it was set up pretty tough. Is that going to help you get ready for this one?
Yes, but I'd have to say Firestone. You never want to say Firestone's easy. Firestone is a very difficult golf course. Very similar, but this is a bigger golf course than Firestone from where we play it, which is not that far up at that golf course. But here at a par 70, that makes a huge difference. You've got you've got some length out there. You've got some elevated shots. You've got a lot of downhill tee shots, which are very difficult. Downhill tee shots. The ball is just in the air that much longer. It can be moved by the wind more. Your shape gets taken further over. So there's a lot of difficulty around this golf course. And the rough is actually higher than it was at Firestone. So it was a great prelude to it. But this is going to be a tough championship this week.
And on a different track, I know you've got hockey in your background. Are you watching the Cup, and who are you rooting for?
I am. My caddy is, a big Lightning fan. We got Cole Caulfield, just breaking his way into the Canadiens, and McDonough is playing for the Lightning. So either way, we're going to have a University of Wisconsin player hoist the trophy, which is what I look for after my Blackhawks are out. So I've got a lot of friends in the league, and it's just good to see good hockey. I think Kucherov might have missed that one on purpose last night just so they could go back and clinch it in Tampa Bay. But I think they're going to come out firing this next one. And they've got an awful lot of firepower. And you got that boy in the net for the Lightning. You just can't get it by him. I mean, he is so tough. So, yeah, I called Lightning in 4, but I'm going to have to call Lightning in 5 now. So.
Speaking of which, who's going to win the West this year in Big Ten football, knowing where you're at?
Well, I don't know, that quarterback situation's been kind of crazy the last couple of years. And I think because of the quarterback position, our running back position hasn't really panned out like it should. So I think we've got some studs back at running back U. And I think the second that, I talked to Coach Chris years ago, and we were talking about his play. I mean, he's an NFL offensive mind. And if he can get somebody in there that can really not believe in, but learn more of the plays in that playbook. It's going to open up the offense at Wisconsin better than it ever has. But we need that knowledge in there. We need somebody who can really throw the ball yet really understand an NFL type offense, so we can implement that type of offense. And I think we've got that now. And he came out and completed his first 18, 19 passes last year, and then probably thought this was easy, and the game tells you it's not. Very similar to golf. So I think he'll come back this year and play pretty impressively. I hope our linemen are, as solid as normal. And, I think our biggest in-division threat is always Nebraska. And, that's a team that you always expect to be just in that conversation, in that talk. And I think you guys went through the same thing we did, where you just didn't know, kind of because of the quarterback situation, what kind of team are we? What are we going to do? And you get caught in between the two. That's tough for a team to follow a plan. So I'm waiting for both of them to be stronger than that other side. Yeah. Michigan, Ohio State, look out. Nebraska and Wisconsin. Come on.
All right. College football, hockey, golf. It's been a well-rounded conversation.
There you
Jerry,
go.
Jerry, have a great week. Thank you.
Thanks. Women's volleyball, anybody?
Yeah, we